It's not the festive season until you smell that boozy fruitcake. Hey besties, it's your favorite introvert, and on today's episode of What Did My Mommy Cook? It's a very boozy traditional fruitcake. Now I say traditional very loosely because this recipe is basically one of my mother's oldest recipes. She has been making this from before I was even born. And it starts off with some cherries that have been sitting in this cherry kirsch in the fridge for some time, mixed with all her dried fruit, some mixed nuts like almonds and cashews with an extra dash of brandy. Now there are certain things in this recipe that you can just measure with your heart, and the brandy and kirsch are definitely those two ingredients. But basically, once the dried fruit and cherries have soaked slowly in that alcohol and a bit of water in the microwave, it infuses so beautifully and plumps up really nicely before she adds it to the butter and sugar to boil on stove. This Christmas fruitcake is definitely a labor of love because what happens next is Mom will just boil this on the stove and she takes it off to cool down, adds the rest of the ingredients, and then just lets this whole mixture sit overnight for all those flavors to infuse. Once she adds the bicarb to the mixture, it foams up really nicely and she lets it cool a bit before adding in the eggs and the flour, and this is basically what affects the texture, so it's not hard or super dense. This Christmas fruitcake is very much a labor of love because Mom just lets it sit and infuse overnight before putting it into the oven the next day. She tops it with some more nuts and some cherries. Once it's baked, it gets a good lashing of jam and more booze. Now the reason Mom bakes it this early is because she basically brushes or feeds it more jam and booze for the next couple of weeks before Christmas. So by then it's well infused and very, very moist. This has been one of our family traditional recipes for years, and I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Don't forget to follow us for more wholesome cooking and let us know in the comments what your traditional family Christmas recipes are.